Welcome back to Shooting the Shit with Rhonda and T. Tonight, we are reviewing Married to Medicine. You want to tell them something?
Yeah, say your part.
This is my part. Okay. Say your part.
Smash that thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.
Part 3 reunion. Why is there a part 3?
I had a hard time paying attention. I had to rewind it because I kept getting distracted by my thoughts because my thoughts were more interesting.
This is so horrible. So let's just shoot through this one real fast. The episode starts off with Scott saying he lied about having a life coach. He was upset Contessa had one first. And then Heavenly reminded us that first you said you lied about it, then you said your life coach was Kevin Johnson. So which one lie is what? Because you're doing a whole lot of lying. Okay. So then we find out they put the house up for sale while they were separated. At some point in time, they put the house up for sale. So I guess when they asked was it still up for sale, he said the sign is down. Is the house still for sale? The sign.
I mean, you don't need a sign. Like your house can be for sale with us.
They usually don't do that anymore. You know? So yeah, we're not getting anything from her. Contestants say they got a timeline for things to get better, and that timeline is her birthday.
I don't believe her.
I don't believe nothing neither one of them say. You know, Cecil was trying to say they sound a lot like him and Simone. No, they don't. No, they don't. But
well, there was that whole part where Cecil had his friends spending the night at the house. Like, I guess that part sounded a lot the same.
I mean, but we clearly knew what the issue was, that was the issue with them. We know
what the issue is here. She just refuses to say it. And it's like, I almost feel like if he told her flat out, she would still not listen to it because she refuses to accept what it is. And Scott keep on gaslight, man. It's like, every time he talk, I feel like I need to go take a break and figure out what it is. Everybody's confused.
Everybody. And that's what Karen was saying. Karen said it's all confusing. He needed to just come up there and clarify what Quad was talking about. He said there's going to be a bunch of rumors because there's no clarity. So everybody is just going to make their own.
Making up what they
ain't saying what it is. Just say what it is.
Or shut the fuck up.
Well,
don't really care. You know what I'm saying?
We're tired of it.
And then why is she talking about don't talk, Karen, like you're going to get the wrath of Scott? Ain't nobody scared of his ass.
Karen was like, I will beat Scott a little ass.
Ain't nobody really worried about that.
Do you see how big Karen is? Like,
she's trying to make it sound like, don't be careful. He turns into a monster. Is he kicking your ass? Like,
that's how she make it seem like.
That's how she made it sound like.
Yeah. So they talk about COVID. Karen said he had to shut down his practice because, you know, his is all elective surgery, so he couldn't run it. And it was stressful because, you know, they was already building a house over budget. So that was stressful enough, but now I ain't got no money coming in. So y'all need to calm the hell down.
He over there stressing and they adding things to the list.
Right. And then Eugene comments, he talked about the other doctors saying, you know, we all going through it. You all are going through it. He was like, but to him, that sounds like same thing as saying all lives matter, because the ER and the ICU doctors, they have it the worst.
They were on a different level, I do, you know, because they were seeing a whole lot. But at the same time, everybody was put at risk. Like, you never know which person is going to be.
I mean, and they were on the front line. So I could, if anybody was going to see anybody with COVID, it was going to be the ER
and ER doctors. Yeah.
Doctors. So I get that. And he talked about, you know, how he had to remove himself from his family because he was scared that he was going to bring COVID home to him. And I think all of us now, he was closer, like he was seeing the COVID.
Right.
So we get that because he had a higher.
I mean, I still worry about that every day.
Yeah, but I you know, I thought about that, you know, because everybody did not stay at home. Like, no. I was actually the only one at home, staying at home. Like, my daughter had to still go out. Denny was still out there working, and I'm like, and then you come at home, and I'm like, take off your clothes, jump in the shower, spray the bottom of your feet, like gargle for 30 seconds before anything, you know. So I get it. He told about a story about a lady who had COVID and something went wrong. He had to jump on the bed to do something, and his PPE was coming off, and he thought that was the day that he was going to have COVID. Luckily, prayerfully, thank God, he didn't get it.
He did not, right.
But, you know, how stressful that was. And then the next day, the lady died anyway. So, you know, it's not like, I mean, it's his job to try to save the lady, but at the end of the day, it's kind of like, dang, I could have did that.
I could have gotten sick for nothing.
Yeah, you know. So, and then Jackie brings up, you know, how hard it was to separate the babies from their mama as soon as the babies was born. It's still not on the same note. So I get what he was saying, especially since y'all didn't, who had babies, y'all know, or maybe it's just my trifling ass doctors, but I don't see them until the baby head is getting ready to come out. You don't see them doctors in the
No, they're not there the whole time. I remember my doctor came in and was like, still nothing. Like, she went and cranked the shit up, the Pitocin, so it could get moving.
Yeah,
so
they
for the most part
come in. They're not exposed to you as long. Yeah, they come in when it's time to push, and then they walk right on out.
Yeah.
It's usually the nurses and stuff that spend the most time with the patients. So, yeah. So anyway, moving on. They talk about the March on Washington. How rewarding it was for all the doctors to be able to sit with Al Sharpton. We talked about that before. That was nice. Heavenly said it meant something for her to have Carrie, who is a white woman, there supporting them. Did it really, or you just felt like?
Why she say that? Okay, Heavenly. And when Scott was talking about it, I was like, he's so irritating, even him saying anything now, just don't talk, because now I'm just annoyed. Every time you open your mouth, I don't want to hear it, even if it's about the March on Washington.
Yeah. I ain't even write nothing down about Scott, so I must have really blacked him out.
Yeah, I was just annoyed by that. I was like, nigga, okay.
So Andy asked, was it a mixed crowd? Yeah, it was. Like, why you?
Didn't you see they were all mixed crowds? That's why this was such a big movement, because everybody's tired of the bullshit. Everyone.
Everybody, like every protest you've seen since George Floyd happened, it's not just Black people out there. It's always been a mixed crowd out there. Andy, what you been watching TV, Andy, or you just turn it off?
Yeah, he just turns it off. He's not affected by that.
Hmm.
He watches what's the name? Anderson Cooper.
Crazy.
They got a different fight going on. It ain't about Black lives.
No. Cecil and Simone, somebody mentioned that they love their Morehouse Spelman love. And Andy asked, what made you look past Cecil and his busted Hyundai? And she said she was attracted to him because of his legs. Back in the day, he had some nice legs, okay? Then they asked Quiet, would she holler at a man driving a Hyundai? And she said, to be honest, he couldn't do anything for her.
Well, that's probably true because that's the type of bitch Quad is. But look at how long Cecil and Simone's love has lasted since she was able to look past the material things. It is not like Cecil ain't a good dude and he's not trifling and
Right. And you went after the dude who was probably driving around in the Mercedes Benz or whatever, and look how long y'all lasted. Okay.
Well, hell, y'all was calling the cops before you even got married.
Mm.
But I mean, Quad is superficial. She's entertaining for this show, but she's another one like Heavenly who she would not be my friend, like somebody that I would be close to. She might be somebody
she would be annoying as hell.
Call and say, hey, meet me for lunch or, just to get the tea or whatever. But she's not like a friend, like somebody that you can confide in, clearly, because she's spilling Toya's tea and all the stuff that she found out about Toya was probably under the confidence of this is my friend. So,
Right. Eugene, he responded to a tweet. Well, he responded to Quad in a tweet from whatever she had said about them and the house and all of that. And he said, as far as beg, never done that. Borrow, with a question mark. It's called a mortgage. And it's what grown folks do when they buy a house. Too bad someone could never get past underwriting. Still, question mark. If you have proof, call the law. So Heavenly said he probably had a couple of drinks and that's how he was feeling. So that's what he tweeted. Heavenly said she felt like the right thing for a man to do in that situation is to talk to her husband. But he said that, well, in this case, the content of what Quiet was talking about was more so affecting both of them. It wasn't an attack towards just his wife, it was an attack towards him and his finances as well. So he felt like he had a right to say something. And Curtis said, why is it okay for women to talk about men and men it's not okay for the men to respond? And if you want to act like a man, and then they was like, whoa, Curtis. Time out.
Well, because he was right up until then.
Yeah.
Up until that point, like you want to act like a man, but I feel like if you're gonna be saying a bunch of spicy stuff and getting all rah-rah with somebody's husband, then he don't like have to go around, It depends on the energy. I feel like if you was like really coming at me with some angry energy, then yeah, you probably should go through book.
And at the end of the day, I mean, Heavenly said that because she didn't like what Cecil did. So that's why she said what she said.
Yeah, but she started it with Cecil.
Yeah. But what Quiet is talking about, y'all saying they stole that money to get that house, and this man working, killing himself, trying to get this stuff for his wife. So that's why he got offended.
Well, what was that though? Wasn't Toya supposed to be holding some money for somebody and then
supposedly they because of the pool, when they added the pool, they didn't have enough money. And Toya friend had allowed her to hold some money because the friend
She
was
was hiding it from her.
hiding it from her husband when
Divorce.
she was getting ready to divorce. And what Toya did was use that money to go towards, because they took out a separate mortgage for the pool instead
I
of
mean,
putting,
but did she pay it back? Like, Quad don't have enough information to me.
we don't know if she paid it back or,
And it doesn't matter.
like,
I
you
mean,
know,
whoever this woman, whoever this friend is, I ain't heard nothing, because you know people love to get on the internet and
well, I guess what the thing is she can't say nothing because she stole the money from her husband.
Mm.
So
Well, look, girl, come over, enjoy the pool.
hell, they don't own it no more now, so shit. They can't enjoy the damn pool.
Lord of mercy.
So the men, they talk about the men coming over to Jekyll Island, and they asked Jackie and Simone, did you think that was a good idea to do that? And Simone said that that type of group setting is what saved their marriage. So they tried it out for Contessa and them. I mean, they for everybody, put everybody in your business like that. I don't think that would have worked
I
out.
don't feel like the difference is Cecil knew what he was getting himself into, and Scott just came there and got ambushed. He didn't know that's what was happening. Cecil wasn't taken by surprise.
Right.
It was just a couple's vacation, and
that's what he thought it
conversations
was.
start popped off. Yeah.
I mean, immediately they didn't even eat the salad. They popped off.
No, they went straight to so nigga.
Right.
What's I hear about this therapist?
They got on Scott again about the life coach. We're not going to talk about that again. But during the argument, Karen is, you talked about that when Karen was speaking and Contessa was like, no. Okay.
Right.
So Scott posted the picture of the lady that was giving him a facial. And he said he was just promoting her. Now they said the picture was very provocative. Like, what was she doing? Straddling?
She had her titties laying on his forehead probably while she was trying to rub his chin. I don't know, but they asked him, did he pay for it? And he said, no.
No. They said you hesitate a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
I'm like, provocative, so I guess they made him take that down. So that must have been a very naughty picture, Scott. That was some bold shit.
I told you before, he doesn't care. Like, he keeps doing stuff, but she won't see it. Heavenly had to get in his DMs.
Yeah. That's
I've snapped for far less. I'm just saying.
Then, Contessa went on again. What is the one thing that I said I need? And he still didn't know because he ain't paying attention. He don't get
paying attention. He just
I'm
said
like,
it the other day.
He just said it. Toya just said it.
I don't know how long y'all been sitting there, but you literally just said it.
Just said it. And he didn't know. Because he's not gonna do it, so it don't matter. They went on to who is the shadiest of the housewives? Heavenly. Who is the biggest line crosser? Heavenly. Yeah, we know. Then they talked about Heavenly commenting about nobody loving Quad, and she said she ain't say that, or she don't remember saying that. They like, you said it. You said it when you was in the car with Doneva. So she was like, well, did they play it? Yeah, Heavenly, they play it. Oh,
yeah,
well,
they played it, and you be hitting below the belt. That was just a mean thing to say.
That was mean. Then they talked about Neela saying anybody could be a dentist. Neela was just talking. She
tried to stick to a girl. You can't be no dentist.
Yeah, Neela she was in her feelings. She was in there with Toya and Carrie at the time. She was just talking shit.
Shit.
Yeah.
She should have said that. She should have said, I was just talking smack because that's what we were doing.
That's basically. They talk about, if one of the one of the wives died, who would be the best replacement? And then, Heavenly has said she would be for Eugene. And Toya was like, child, if I died and he had to be with Heavenly, he'd just die and come with me. He ain't got time to be. He probably would die if he had to be with Heavenly Mouth. That's too
That's
much.
a lot. That's a lot. Her running around calling you daddy. That's a lot of responsibility being Heavenly's daddy.
And Simone said Cecil had to be with either Toya or Quad because he used to being cussed out and told that's who gonna do it. They talked about Heavenly being cool with Carrie calling Dr. Damon daddy. And she said she was cool, but she ain't want to say nothing about when she slept with her husband before her husband was from the last one.
I'm gonna say it. I might didn't say it then, but I'm saying it now.
That's what she said. And they basically ended. They went around the table like they do, say they love stuff. Toya just like, she wants to be able to spend more time with everybody outside of taping. That's her request. She want to be able to bring her kids over Jackie's house, let them tear up Jackie shit. Don't know if that's gonna happen.
No.
They go around, everybody says something nice till they got to Quad. And he was like, Quad, did you get everything off your chest? And she was like, well, it really bothered me what Toya said about my house. And now she's saying that
was so immature. I don't know why she felt like she needed to rehash that whole conversation all over again.
Man, I was like, is this show over? Or is y'all gonna still go back to arguing about this?
She wanted to get it started.
We want to hear that. We know in your house. We all thought your townhouse was nice. You ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. That's
that Atlanta shit. They always want to talk about 3.5 million. Look at these shoes. These shoes are $600. They always want to put a price tag on what they got going on.
Stop it. Who cares?
Nobody.
Take none of that to the grave with you, Quad.
You by yourself over there, Quad. Just saying. Heavenly said that shit, but
by yourself. Call her. She did say that. Well, she got Chloe and Cardi.
Now you over there passing up niggas in a Hyundai because that which says nothing about what he has. It
really don't,
because I doesn't drive a flashy car. Some people might be like that. I'm not blowing my money on no Mercedes.
That be us. Them other ones, they don't do that.
They don't do that.
You see them and they be in this regular Hyundai. and they
it's paid for.
Yeah. Y'all better know y'all sitting around there paying all these car notes.
Here, I got my car from Nissan. The Nissan and the Hyundai dealership are all one. And there's some Hyundais over there that ain't, they're not busted. They got some cute cars over there, but she need a label attached to whatever it is that she driving. They want Bentleys. They be on Bentleys. Well,
okay.
I personally feel like if you're driving a Bentley, then you shouldn't be driving it. You should have a driver. I think a person in the Bentley should be getting chauffeured around in a Rolls Royce. You look a fool driving a Rolls Royce. Aren't you supposed to be like in the back seat? Like Homegirl. Oh, you don't watch that. Like Homegirl from Southern Charm. Her butler drive her around her car.
And my boy from The Temptation had a Rolls Royce with his glasses on the side of the door. David Ruffin. He got out the back of that bug. He wasn't riding around with it, but
he wasn't driving. That's all I'm saying.
They went to Contessa and he was like, I'm sorry, you're having your relationship is basically a mess. And she was like, oh, it's normal, it's okay. I was like, well, you know what, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay then, because you said
that's the stuff that people are talking about. That right there, though. When she was sitting up there, you've been crying, you done lost her. She got a whole breakdown, but you're like, it's normal. It's not normal.
It's not normal. But we gonna make that your normal. We gonna step up out of that, okay? You and Scott Y'all do.
If they come back still married, then they better be just happily married and keep their shit to themselves.
Right. And then the last thing is it ends with Simone and Heavenly. Simone says she gonna take Heavenly out for her birthday dinner, and everybody pledged that they all gonna be cool. And that was it. That was all. Why do we?
Simone seems more open to making
Episode.
up with Heavenly than she does to making up with Jackie.
Because she probably had more fun with Heavenly.
I was gonna say.
You
I
know?
was gonna say, because she was like, I'm taking you out to dinner, I'm buying you a gift. She didn't do any of that for Jackie.
Mm-mm.
Jackie was probably over there low-key, like, she's stiff.
Yeah. 3 episodes, y'all. Don't ever do this no more. Y'all
Done.
really did all
You
this
made
in
it.
one.
We did it.
Goodbye, Married to Medicine. Come better next season because this was boring as hell.
Can we get, we might need one more new one. Can somebody go? Who can go? Contessa can go.
Contessa can go.
They can go.
And Jackie can go.
Jackie's not going. She's the queen of the show.
She can go. Heavenly is the queen of the show. And that whole thing.
She did. She did.
Mhm. Jackie can go now. And he said goodbye, and that's what we about to do. So y'all go down there, subscribe to this channel, hit that thumbs up button. Gonna tell him what to do then. And he's upset. So I got to go. See y'all on the next video.
Bye.